All right. Well, let's get inflammatory. There's a large portion of this country who is stupid, and Boris Johnson was voted in for entirely the wrong reasons.
Oh, well, there you go. You wonder what you hang on. No, you hang on. If you want to get inflammatory, you wonder why people aren't voting Labour, and you, as presumably a Labour man here, are saying stupid people vote Tory. I mean, God, you're not a salesman, are you?
Well, the thing is, if Corbyn had mentioned 3 words, right, he would have walked it. He would have romped home to victory. All Corbyn had to do was utter the 3 words, get Brexit done. Anybody that said get Brexit done would have got the victory. It just so happens that Boris Johnson was the one that came up with that. And that's the trouble.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
The thing is, the majority of people in this country, regardless of what that vote said, and I'm speaking as somebody who voted Leave and have been desperate for another chance to put that right. Because
why did you have a stupid day?
I had I am a textbook example of somebody that should never have been able to have that vote.
I don't think you're stupid, Simon. I was joking with you then.
But my whole upbringing has been like most people in this country. The Sun newspaper in my life, through my parents, spouting their nonsense, which makes me believe that the EU is something negative, when actually that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, the thing is, what I want from Keir Starmer is 2 things. 1, I want the offer of a universal basic income. And 2, I want the offer of a second referendum. And that's the only 2 things I want from him.
It's not going to happen.
Well, there you go. But there must be thousands of people like me out there.
You really want us now, at this point, to rerun a referendum on Europe?
Yeah, because the majority of people didn't want to leave anyway. It might actually make them get off their backside this time and put that right. The other thing is, one thing that really gets my goat is when you get callers phoning up to say that they couldn't vote for Labour. Oh, for whatever reason, I couldn't vote for Labour, implying that their vote would go to Tory, right? Well, look at what we've got and look at the situation and the state that we're in. We're an embarrassment. And that's partly because of people that would vote for Johnson because they can't vote for Labour.
Do you like your country, Simon?
At the moment, no.
When did you stop liking it? When did you stop liking it? Because I'm thinking. I know you're not standing for office, but I'm just thinking that unless, I've got problems with Boris Johnson and how he goes about his politics, but what he brings is a belief that he loves. He convinces people. And part of a politician's job is to convince people. He convinces people he loves his country. I suspect he does love his country. He convinces people he loves his country. He convinces people he's going to get things done. Debatable, very debatable. He has a capacity to move away and bring other people's attention away from things which are problematic for him. Well, that's not edifying, but it's really useful in politics. So what I'm asking you is, what is it going to take for more people who support Labour to come across as positive about their country, come across as people who believe in what they're saying, rather than denigrate half the country?
But what can you do?
Well, when Boris Johnson got all those votes that gave him the 80 seat majority, the first thing he did in that speech on the steps was to recognise that people had stepped out of their comfort zone for him. He's smart.
Sheila, it doesn't matter. He could stand there
and talk. It does matter, Simon, because you've got to do the hard yards in politics.
Yeah, but listen, let me make my point, right? He could stand there and talk in Chinese, okay? Everything that comes out of that man's mouth,
he probably will soon.
In my opinion, yeah, everything, every word, every sentence, every noise that comes out of that man's mouth, in my opinion, is lies. It's empty.
But so I'm going to finish it here. You can't say someone is a liar with every utterance, in your opinion. If you're going to do that, name the lie, prove the lie, Like the one I talked about in the House of Commons the other day. I mean, he lied in the Commons when he said that he had always condemned the booing. He didn't. He didn't always condemn the booing. It's not true. It is a lie. But you can't just say somebody always lies as soon as their mouth opens without proving it. Simon, thank you. Good to talk to you. It's 2:46.